In the men Money in the Bank ladder match, Seth Rollins entered the ring first. He entered the ring with Paul Heyman. Penta entered the ring second. El Grande Americano, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, and LA Knight, who entered in order to the ring. As soon as the match starts, everyone's attention is focused on Seth Rollins. First, everyone attacks Seth and throws him out of the ring. Then Sikoa, Knight, Penta, and Andrade, those four of them wrestlers, were starting to fight. El Grande Americano sets up a large ladder in the corner outside the ring. While he was setting up the ladder, Penta came in and attacked him. Then Penta and Americano went into the ring and fight was continued. In this match, the Americano tries to get the Money in the Bank briefcase very first, but the ladder he uses is a very small one. He can't climb the briefcase with that ladder. But before he can climb too far, Solo Sikoa comes in and stops him. After Solo Sikoa attacks Americano and falls, LA Knight came and attacked Solo Sikoa. Then, on the small ladder that was placed on the ring, Solo Sikoa was hit with a neck break by a Knight and he was thrown out of the ring. As the match progressed, all 6 players climbed to the 3 ladders that placed in a row of each other, and then they fell down one by one. Then Solo hits a sumo and spike on Knight, while Seth Rollins hits a pedigree on Penta. Then Seth takes a ladder and places it in the corner of the ring, and at the same time, Solo Sikoa and Seth Rollins are left in the ring. The two of them face each other and start to exchange blows. When Solo Sikoa hits Seth Rollins with a Samoan spike, Seth escapes it and hits him with a curb stop. When Solo tries to hit a powerbomb on him, then Seth Rollins comes out of the ring and brought a ladder back to the ring and tries to get the Money in the Bank briefcase. As he climbs the ladder, Americano comes in and stops him. Americano was put to Seth the Kurt Angle's submission move when Andrade and Penta come in. Andrade then hits Americano with a powerbomb from the top of the ladder. Penta then hits Seth Rollins with a suplex on the ladder. He hits the suplex, same ladder which was Seth had set up in the corner of the ring to powerbomb Solo Sikoa a short time earlier. Andrade then sets up a ladder. One end of the ladder was placed at the edge of the ring, and the other end was connected to the ladder in the middle of the ring and tries to land a hit. Then Penta lands a good hit on Andrade on the ladder. Then Solo Sikoa comes back and beats Penta, ruining his chance to get the Money in the Bank briefcase. Seeing this, LA Knight pulls Solo Sikoa out of the ring, holds him outside the ring, and throws some punches at him. Then the Knight takes another ladder and places it on the barricade in the inside edge of the ring, and he goes into the ring. At the same time, Penta comes into the ring from the other side. At that point, Penta hits a powerbomb on the Knight. Then, when Penta tried to get back on the Money in the Bank, El Grande Americano came back and hit him with a German suplex. Then Americano went down from the ring and brought a colorful ladder that was marked Fireball. He brought the ladder and came into the ring and started hitting all the other wrestlers in with rotating the ladder all the sides. Then he placed the ladder in the middle of the ring and slowly climbed up the ladder to get the briefcase. Seeing this, Penta quickly ran over and started to climb the ladder with him from the other side. Then as the two of them are fighting on top of the ladder, Penta hits a headbar on Americano, knocking him down. Then Seth Rollins comes up and starts fighting with Penta. At one point, Seth tries to take the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Penta stops him from doing so in the same place. Then Penta punches Seth in the face. With that punch, Seth Rollins fell on the ring. Then Penta, thinking this is the best opportunity, claimed top on the ladder and touches the Money in the Bank briefcase with his hand. At that moment, when all thought he would win the briefcase, then surprisingly Americano unexpectedly appears there. If we look at how he got there, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that Americano had set up a large ladder in the corner of the ring. Using that ladder, Americano, who was outside the ring, climbed up through that ladder, climbed another ladder inside the ring, and from there went to Penta's ladder like a Tarzan and gave Penta a headbar, knocking Penta to the ground. This move by Americano was really awesome to watch. Then, to prevent Americano's winning, Knight immediately enters the ring and hits him with a German suplex from the top of the ladder, further enlivening the match. Then Penta and Andrade climb the ladder to the top of the ring and fight. Penta falls off the ladder again. Then Solo Sikoa climbs the ladder to stop Andrade. At one point, when Andrade was about to take the briefcase, Solo Sikoa stops him. At that moment, Andrade slipped off the ladder and was hanging on the Money in the Bank briefcase. Then somehow both LA Knight enter the ring and stop Andrade. As the match heats up, Seth Rollins signals with his hand to come quickly. As soon as he receives Seth's signal, Seth Rollins' teammates Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed enter the ring. They enter and start attacking every wrestler in the ring. Braun Breaker hits a huge spear to LA Knight from outside the ring. Then Andrade dragged middle of the ring by Bronson Reed, and he hits a tsunami splash. Now Seth had the complete advantage of the match. At that point, Seth just had to climb the ladder and take the briefcase. Just when it looked like Seth would easily win the match, Solo Sikoa's two brothers, Jacob Fatu and JC Matteo, arrived right there. Braun Brecker and Bronson Reed come in and start fighting. Somehow, Braun Brecker gets out of the ring and hits a huge spear on JC Matteo, breaking the barricade. Also in the ring, Jacob Fatu was attacking Bronson Reed. Now the entire advantage of the match turns towards Solo Sikoa. Now the chance that Seth will win is gone and Solo will definitely win the match. Then Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu choose a high ladder, place it in the middle of the ring, and climb up the ladder to get the Solo briefcase. As Solo tries to get the briefcase, Jacob Fatu surprisingly stops him. He blocks it and hits a suplex, knocking Solo down. Then he placed Solo Sikoa in the middle of the ring and performed a moonsault. This was a big shock to everyone. This also became a big turning point in this match. Jacob Fatu's attack didn't end there. I mentioned earlier in this video that a ladder was set up between the ring and the barricade by LA Knight. Right on top of that ladder, as the ladder breaks in two pieces, Fatu hits a chalk slam to Solo. With that blow, Jacob Fatu exits from there. With that shot, Jacob Fatu totally spoiled Solo Sikoa's Money in the Bank match. Then somehow Seth Rollins comes into the ring and tries to get the briefcase. At that moment, LA Knight quickly comes in, climbs the ladder, and pulls Seth down. Then, when the Knight tries to take the briefcase, Seth comes back and hits to Knight a curb stomp shot. Then Seth climbs the ladder again. When he tries to take the briefcase, this time no one's there to stop him. At that time, Seth Rollins successfully won the Money in the Bank briefcase. With this victory, Seth has won all Money in the Bank matches twice. Let's see which wrestler Seth will target with this free pass he has received, that is, his cash-in. So friends, we will see in another huge video. Have a great day.